It is hard to believe that the mystery of Flight 370 has remained for so long. Here's CNN's Renee Marsh with more.
A new clue. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 may have turned south earlier than originally thought. The new detail based on examination of data from an unsuccessful satellite phone call made to the doomed passenger jet.
Malaysian Airlines ground staff sought to make contact with the aircraft using a satellite phone. The detailed research that's been done now has been able to identify or trace that phone call and help to position the aircraft.
The new details put a sharp focus on the southernmost section of the current search area. It's still believed the missing Boeing 777 is someplace along this 7th arc, where the plane made its last satellite connection. It's been more than 5 months since the plane with 239 people on board vanished from radar. Not one piece of debris has been found.
We need to find the plane. We need to find the black box in the plane so that we can have a conclusion.
The deep-sea search is expected to resume in 3 weeks using tow sonar equipment and video cameras. The price tag for a 300-day search, $48 million. In the meantime, 2 ships have been mapping the ocean floor. What they've discovered below is dramatic.
Quite remarkable geographical features, including a couple of volcanoes. In some places, the sea depth is as little as 600 metres and then falls away in just a very short distance to 6,600 metres.
After Flight 370 went missing, a second disaster for Malaysia Airlines when pro-Russian militants shot MH17 out of the sky over Ukraine. All 298 people on board died. The twin disasters have created a financial catastrophe for the airline. It lost $97.4 million in the most recent quarter, as people tweet photos purportedly showing empty seats.
That was CNN's Renee Marsh reporting. Thank you, Renee. Now I want to bring in Michael Exner. He is the chairman of the board of Radiometrics and co-founder of the American Mobile Satellite Corporation. He joins us now by phone. Good evening, sir. Nearly 6 months after flight MH370 went missing, Australian officials now think they have a better idea of the plane's flight path. What's this new data telling us?
Well, it's telling us that Inmarsat is now in closer agreement with what the independent group has been advocating since June 17th. They're moving the search area much closer to the area that we pinpointed about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. So how is this different from the Inmarsat data and all the other data that we had received? Was that all wrong?
No, sir. It's all the same data. What's happened is they've refined the so-called BFO analysis. That's the burst frequency offset, which contains Doppler data. And that Doppler data is crucial to determining where on the 7th arc the airplane ended up. And what Inmarsat has done recently is to relook at some of the Doppler data that had been previously ignored in the analysis, namely the Doppler data that occurred at 1840 when this first phone call attempt occurred. So it wasn't the phone call per se, it's really the Doppler data that went with that phone call.
Okay, so it was from, but wasn't it a failed phone call made by Malaysian Airlines ground staff to the plane's satellite phone?
Well, it failed to connect to a live person, but it connected to the satellite transceiver on board the aircraft. And we got observations from that tell us what the Doppler data was at that time.
Michael Exner, thank you.
Thank you, Don.
We'll be right back.